right, I just kick off the recording. Let's go ahead and get started. Do we have any new people on the call today? Lino, is this your first time or you've been here before? Sorry, I need to admit somebody first. All right, I think somebody else admitted for me. Thanks. Hi, Dimitro, thanks for joining. All right, so I was just asking if anybody is new, please introduce yourself. If not, we just go ahead and continue with our agenda. So I would love to get some development update. I know last time we talked about repo being transferred. Is there any update, maybe Nina or Marcus from development side you can provide?
Hey,
Yeah,
sorry. Yeah,
Go
Nina,
ahead.
you go. I was just eating. Sorry.
So we've been fixing the release pipeline, getting ready for the next release. So the next release will have the controller pieces as part of it. So instead of going to agentgateway for the Helm chart and the controller image, those are now part of the agentgateway repo. So John was testing out the release pipeline, I think yesterday, and we're looking to have an alpha release sometime in the next week or so.
So the repo is already moved, if I'm hearing correctly,
Yep.
and the release is coming. That's exciting.
Yep, so all of the controller and all the APIs are now in agentgateway instead of kgateway.
That's awesome. Thank you, Nina. Marcus, is there anything you want to add?
I think we've had a few kind of really good community kind of submissions and improvements in the last week. So adaptive thinking, which is the new way the Anthropic models work, is should now be fully supported. I think we've had some other kind of changes, improvements around like global rate limiting. Yeah, I don't know. There was a number of fixes to the new kind of much quicker cell implementation that we have as well. So, you know, I'm not sure whether on your end whether there's anything worth shouting out, but this last week has been pretty busy, I think, from our end.
Yeah, I think you covered the highlights. I don't think it's global rate limit specific, but I know there were a couple fixes to how rate limit works that got merged in, and I think something around JOTs as well, right? For the required claims.
By the way, I think we changed our JOT API recently. I was looking at the docs, and now that you guys talk about it, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think the MCP authentication, this is being updated. Is that correct? Because I had to change this to, like, I think it's JOCs and then URL is the next line. I have to break this into two, and maybe some other changes too. I forgot which one. I think the resource metadata or something. It's like I need an S at the end. So probably worth checking.
Yeah, I just had a quick look on in the examples. That may be right. So do you mind, so which page is that? MCP?
Yeah, I'll put it in here.
I can fix the docs there.
Thank you, I appreciate that. By the way, the new Anthropic model, which is that?
So they've added this adaptive thinking mode to the latest Sonnet and latest Opus, which I want to say is, sorry, Is it 4.6 or? They have a good table with the functionality. I'll dig that out now.
Okay, yeah, I'm using 4.6 for Sonnet and Opus. I was just curious. Yeah.
Yeah, so that should now work with Agent Gateway.
Oh, cool. That's good to know. That's awesome. All right, and then Nina, you talk about the alpha release coming soon. I assume that's the version, because last time we talked about the version would be flipped from 2.2 back to 1.0 because of the control plane change and the repo change. I assume that's the 1.0 release for the alpha.
Yep, and that will have the all the latest proxy changes along with the control plane. So we don't have a set date. I think we're still like making sure that all of the the new split repo or like merged repo has like a working release pipeline. So that's another good way to test that. But we're looking at calling it 1.0 dash alpha. Currently, it's like that's the plan. If it changes, we'll I think like have a better sense next week on the final name, but that's the plan so far.
Yeah, thanks. Does anybody have any questions on this development update Marcus and Nina just gave? All right, I'm not hearing anything.
Hey, sorry, just a quick question on the versioning
Oh, yeah.
release for the 1.0 alpha. Would this release versioning, this would be the same for both standalone and Kubernetes variations, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's a great question. So would there be user experience change? I'm just thinking loud here. I guess it's still the same experience where the standalone, it's like you download a binary, and then the Kubernetes, you're still using Helm to install.
Yep. Yeah. So nothing should change from the user's perspective. The version will change. So if you're migrating from Gateway, you'll have to specify the version. If you're migrating from the 2.2 version to 2.2 to Agent Gateway, but if you're doing standalone mode, like it should be seamless. Just again a version bump.
Okay, cool. Thanks for the clarification. Any other people have any questions on this? All right, sounds good. Art, is there any update you would like to give on the documentation side?
I'm trying to think what we talked about last week. I think one follow-up is that we now have a testing capability in the docs, so I could maybe share this.
Oh yeah, I'll stop sharing. That sounds pretty cool.
Okay, let me see if I can. Okay, I actually can't share on this for some reason.
Oh, would I be able to see it? Oh, it's in the development side. Okay, I will share it for you. No worries.
Sorry about that.
No problem. Google sharing is tricky sometimes. All right, tell me where I need to go.
If you go to the website repo for the Agent Gateway, so maybe just click the GitHub. Oh, sorry.
Okay. All right.
And actually, and then go to the Agent Gateway org and find the website repo.
Okay. Oh, it's the testing is on the repo, not on the on the website.
Yeah, we still need to add like a little icon or something that says whether the page is tested, but I just thought I'd share how this kind of works. If you scroll up and go to the actions, sorry, like not in the content, but like the GitHub action. Yeah. So there is now a docs test one on the left. Or right there. Yeah, you see it passed this one. And so basically there's kind of a way in the documentation now to add tests so that it gets run by this workflow on a
This is
daily
great.
basis. And then we'll see like whether the pages that have the tests, whether they pass or not. And so if they pass, we'll add an icon to the doc page that says, like this passed, basically. And then
That's exciting.
yeah.
So basically, like what Istio has, have you seen the Istio page, which I love, is when you go through like the doc, install multi-cluster, this page is tested. So if we can test everything in this page, then we can claim that checkbox. But this page is not very exciting because it doesn't have much. But some of these pages that have a lot of steps, like this one, it tells people, is that the idea?
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks for that update. That's exciting. Dimitro, you have a hand.
Yeah, just was thinking about the previous question about Anthropic and all of this. Does anyone using Agent Gateway, K-Gateway, any proxy to Anthropic models for the Cloud Code directly? Does it work actually or not? Because I know there is a possibility to set the environment variable to redirect the proxy, but anyone has experience if it's possible just to reroute all this traffic?
Yeah, so I sorry, yeah.
No, go ahead. No, please.
Yeah, so I think it depends a little bit in terms of the backend provider, like the API provider. But yeah, it should for the most part work. Yeah. And actually in Solo, we are looking to migrate all the engineers that do use that over to proxy stuff through Agent Gateway, so we can actually measure usage better than we currently can via like just Vertex alone.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it is a little bit of a moving target. Anthropic is moving quickly and making various changes to how their API works. So yeah, if you do hit problems, then yeah, please do raise them as issues.
Yeah, because I know it's probably would work with it depending also on the auth token. The URL. It's one thing, and the next thing is like how the authentication will work. But perhaps because token is already there, it's authorized, and it just change URL. I believe it should just work.
Yeah,
you need to test.
Certainly for a number of use cases, and I know like some of our customers are either already deploying or about to deploy various kind of prompt guards and things like that, using Claude code. So yeah, for the most part, it should work. But I say this new adaptive thinking certainly kind of caused us to need to make some changes. So your results will. We're still kind of maturing, basically, the integration.
All right. Thank you.
Would it be pass-through configuration in this case?
So it depends a little bit on what you're trying to do here. So for Anthropic, sorry, I don't want to misspeak. Do we? Sorry, I'm just trying to pull up the code to make sure that I'm getting the terminology correctly. Unless Nina, you remember which one's which. So I think for Anthropic, there's like 2 API endpoints, and we probably need to update the docs for this. So one is around the token counting, which Claude Code what and do as a first kind of request to see how big or complex it will be. And then I want to say it is the messages format that you would need for standard Anthropic. The completions call is the completions and responses format is the OpenAI one. So if you only care about Anthropic, then you should ignore those.
Interesting. By the way, I have a quick question. I was looking at Light LLM document the other day, and one thing I noticed very interesting is they allow people to set a budget, and then you can specify, this is the budget I want to spend per month. Is that something?
And you can do it also per team members, right? So you can define different tokens, different people, and then control the budget per team.
Yeah, so this
yeah.
is a very active area of discussion at the moment. I don't think John is on the call. But yeah, I think this is definitely an area that we are like actively looking at fleshing out kind of more. I think the challenge comes in terms of obviously for the budgeting side, we would need to introduce a database to keep track of that. And so there's a bit of a balance there in terms of where and how that runs, and particularly with the difference with obviously Agent Gateway, we can run a standalone mode, but often people also want to run this in a kind of Kubernetes or Dockerized setup. So I think we'll have more to come in that area soon. Nina, I don't think I'm misstating this, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah, this is what we use in enterprise, kind of internal implementation of LLM proxy, and this is why we couldn't use Agent Gateway there, because we have like this internal tokens which are issued per user, and basically the real LLM tokens are protected, and then you have a budget per person, like daily budget, policy, or monthly.
So what would you use, Dimitri?
That's we already have it. I'm just saying then when we were looking if we could use Agent Gateway as a replacement, then it seems like it's not supported at the moment, right? So we cannot.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
cannot
Sorry.
migrate.
Maybe I didn't phrase my question very well. Are you using some other AI gateway to do the budget
Yeah,
control?
it's a custom. It's totally written, in-house. Just
Oh, okay.
kind of like a Python or something. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
But it has exactly that. It has that database. It has kind of admin UI to manage budgets per user, per group.
Yeah, I that's what actually I was looking at the Light IM doc. I was like, geez, this is like the most useful feature of the whole thing, is to be able to specify that budget, give me the budget control so that I don't go wired on the spending. Nina, were you going to say something?
No, just it's not currently, like, there's no PR up for that, but John is looking into it. So
Okay, cool. That's great. Yeah. Let's see. Any other topic we should be discussing? Anybody have any questions? I saw a couple of users here. Thomas, Flinto, and Dimitri, if you have any questions. By the way, Dimitri, if you have any other things that Agent Gateway doesn't have, is stopping you from switching to Agent Gateway, probably would be good to raise that here or in GitHub somewhere, so we are on top of that.
Okay. Yeah.
Is the budget the main thing, or is there any other things?
Yeah, we have several groups like evaluating. I think some of them were already in contact with Solo, looking also on enterprise offering and other. I mean, it's a wider context and discussions. It's
Got it.
Yeah. But in that specific area, just because you mentioned this Light LLM, I remember that's exactly was my problem as well, because when we looked in this kind of budget management per person with actually reissuing tokens, it's also like we want to protect the real keys, right? We want to, in the same time, identify each user in some way, right? So each user needs to have its own token or use some other way, maybe SSO, maybe some other things, you know. So that's I think it's very common use case.
Yeah, so that you know how much each person is spending, right?
Yeah, you kind of slice the big budget into those personal budgets, small personal budgets. Like everyone has allowance, which is kind of like, I don't know, $5 per day. And then if your, I don't know, your coding agent or something went crazy and it's like used all the budget, you need to ask more or you need to check what happened. It's actually working both ways as a protection. So if something goes wrong, you're not like consuming unlimited amount of tokens, and also allows to protect the real keys from the real LLMs, and also have some kind of audit and other things. And yeah.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that. That's very good to know. All right. Any other topics or questions we should be discussing in the next few minutes? Okay, I'm not hearing anything. I think we're making great progress with the 1.0 coming up, the repo reorg. So great work, and see you guys later. Thanks all for joining.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.